Administrative Committee. Present are myself, Commissioner Olszewski, Commissioner Lockard, Commissioner Mullen, Assistant Township Manager John Bates, and Solicitor Brianna Bryant. Are there any presentations or announcements?
There are none.
Public comments, non-agenda items only. No? All right, moving on to the approval of the January 27th, 2025 minutes. Any comments or
I do have one. Under personnel, number 4, we did not reappoint Sharia Wallace to the Human Relations Commission.
That is correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
And that position is now open?
Yes,
Now
and
vacant.
it is listed as open.
Okay, we'll make that adjustment.
Thank you.
Anything else? Nope. Okay, moving on. Acceptance and approval of the following reports. From the Director of Finance, Tax Enforcement, and Investment Activity.
I have no questions.
No comments?
No.
Okay. All right, next, revenue and expense summaries, which are attached. Any comments?
Only a
Additional
month.
Comments or from
I
John?
didn't see
Oh, it's only been a
anything.
month, yeah.
I didn't see anything. Is there anything unusual or of note?
No, I can't say that there anything is, no.
Okay. All right, moving on, appointments and reappointments. The appointment of Kent Nelson to the Upper Moreland Hatboro Joint Sewer Authority for a 5-year term ending 2029.
Second.
I'm okay to move forward with his appointment?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think, Kent's not here, I don't think. Yep, I agree, he served before, so good to have someone with experience.
Yeah, definitely. All right, okay.
Just a side note on that, in speaking with Pat, I believe he said that Mr. Sokolowski had moved out of the township, and that was the reason for this change.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to vacancies. We have 4 vacancies on the Historical Commission. 2 of them for terms ending 2026 and 2 of them for terms ending 2027. On the Human Relations Commission, we have 2 vacancies. One ending 2027 and the other ending the end of 2025. And the Parks and Rec Advisory Council, 2 openings. One is an at-large vacancy ending 2025, and the other is the vacancy for Ward 3 representative expiring May 5th, 2027. All right, any commissioner comments or public comments?
Nope.
Okay, all right, there is no old business tonight, but we do have a few items under new business. A tax assessment appeal between the township, the school district of Upper Moreland, and the taxpayers Stephen and Beth Stonehouse for their property located at 2255 Pioneer Road. Okay, and that is attached. John, any comment?
So we've gone through these a few times before. It's pretty standard that the solicitor's office will forward the results of any type of tax assessment settlement to the township. The township has historically gone the route of the school district, being that they have the most in the game in terms of property tax dollars. And it would be cost prohibitive for us to seek further action. So it's always been the township's stance in previous times to side with that decision that the school district has made and that settlement that they agreed upon.
Okay.
Agree with that?
Yep, I'm okay to move that forward. Comment?
Still Susan Worth-Lemanis, still Ward 6-2. John, what exactly allows people to come to ask for a reduction in their county assessment. What are the key elements there that, because we don't speak to it, not our solicitor's office, their solicitor's office. So we accept the results rather than obviously weighing in on something. But last time out, we allowed 2 rental properties on York Road, which are rather nice-looking properties, to also lower their assessment from the county. And not sure what those reasons were either. But how about a homeowner? Now, my assessment has been raised because I put 2 wings on my house, so I'm well aware how that side of it works. But when your house is your house, and you've done a lot of work on it, and it still is the same amount of tax money it's been for like 10 years, what are the key elements there?
In looking around, I mean, typically it could be, and Brianna can speak to this as well, we don't see in the report that we get what the reasons were for the assessment change, unfortunately. Excuse me. But in speaking to the reasons for a settlement decrease, could be a number of things. It could be record inaccuracies historically that could be included when it was previously assessed. Could be one
Record
issue.
Inaccuracies?
There could be, I couldn't speak to what those were, just some.
It's been the same with this particular house, just using this house, not the people, but the house, for 10 years
Okay.
or more.
Could not be that, could be.
Yeah, although this one was recently sold, so maybe
Recently
the
when?
new
Commissioner
homeowner wanted to appeal it.
I'm sorry.
The new
recently when?
homeowner wanted to appeal it. I mean, my understanding is the homeowner can always appeal their assessment. And then what happens is, as John said, the school district, they take the lead on negotiating a settlement. And we follow their lead. They have, as he said, it's a bigger effect on the township. They work hard. They do all the work on researching this and negotiating
Yeah.
with the property
That's
owner.
Whistler Pearlstein and we're Kilkenny Law. So we accept that but we don't know the reasons? Are we not
We don't get
allowed
the
to
detail
know the
as
reasons?
he's, I don't know, are we allowed to know?
We have a choice.
It's a negotiated thing.
So there is a lengthy process, one being an appraisal. And so the school district or the county does the appraisal for it. So there are a bunch of different circumstances that go into it to the final cap. It's pretty lengthy. So when our office takes all of that information and drafts the memo explaining what was the final result. So there is a longer result with more reasoning why the tax assessment appeal came to the decision it was, but all of that information can sometimes also be confidential. So when the solicitors, our office drafts the memo, we take out the confidential part and put the memo of the prudent information for the township to know that this is the end result, that why the tax assessment was changed or altered.
Or the amount.
The amount.
The amount of it.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So you're not allowed to know. You just accept that you're not going to collect the taxes.
I don't know that we're
you
not
collected
allowed,
for
but
10
it
years.
wouldn't be, as he said, it would be cost prohibited for us to not agree to this. We're not going to spend a lot of time and the solicitor's money to redo what the school district did.
That's fine, but to not know is the interesting part. Like, I understand why you don't want to take our solicitor's money and go back to fight for $156.
Right.
That comes to us, but the township, the other side of it, all of us who still live here, it was $159 some odd dollars, plus the county, et cetera, because you know how that works.
Yeah.
And so all of that money, after all these years, and the house hasn't changed, so it's a quite
Yeah, I think
lovely
in a
home.
lot of
Big piece
cases-
of property and all that good stuff.
In a lot of cases, I'm not sure how much there is to know. There's an appraisal done, an updated appraisal, and it's negotiated. So I don't know if they can point to say it went down because, anything specific a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
times.
the because part that I was wondering what the
Yeah.
possible becauses are. That we don't know that?
It's a negotiated settlement
Sounds like some
between,
of it's confidential, right?
Yes.
Well, that's
We can't-
fine.
And
But
also
what are
the-
the possible becauses?
So I don't think that the commissioners have the answer for you in front of you right now. The answer is about tax law. And so at the next meeting, I can give you the answers of what are the possible circumstances that someone may, that the county or the school board looks into for these things, but it's about tax law. So it's something that people who have way more expertise look into. They have it. And like I said, it is a process. It's not just this is the answer. It's more a lot of research that goes into it with the different circumstances or requirements. And then it is consolidated into the memo that you see in your packet. So I could give you
Thank you.
a list of what goes into those thoughts next meeting, but I don't think the commissioners have that knowledge and expertise in front of them right now.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Commissioners.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm good with moving that forward for the full board.
Yeah, I am as well. Okay. All right, and the final item on the agenda, the architect firm for township building renovations. We ended up selecting GKO Architects based out of Ambler. We met with them a few weeks ago and decided they are the top candidate. John, any comment?
No, just that we had 12 firms respond with proposals when we put this out. Based on internal discussions with staff, a number of people met and provided a top 3 or 4, narrowed down that list further based on any qualifications that we deemed pertinent through all of these proposals, and then met with GKO. Did not attend that meeting, but I know a number of people did in previous weeks. Seem to be fairly well received, and the township would like to move forward with using them for architectural services.
Okay, I'm okay to move that forward to the full board meeting?
Good. Okay.
Okay. All right, and with any public comment or commissioner comment? Okay, and we stand adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks.